Hello guys, this is Joshua8600 back with a new Super Mario 64 ROM hack called Super Mario 128 by a user known as RJ Waters 2. First, I'd like to say that this hack is incomplete and will probably remain incomplete according to RJ Waters 2's website. So, yeah. This beginning cutscene, I'm just gonna say this right now, was recorded after the attempt, as you will see. I just wanted to put it in because it is the first part of the game, and I just want to leave the cutscene in. I'm not actually going to bother reading it aloud, but I did leave the text of the cutscene in, so at least you can try to read that on your own. I'm first gonna also start out by saying this wasn't, this shouldn't have been that hard. This took me a very long time to get, and it really shouldn't have. I mean, as you will see, the parts of it really weren't that difficult. Together they might have been difficult, like doing one right after the other, but still it shouldn't have been that long. I mean, look how long the video is, and the good last quarter of it is just me failing, and you can see this is where my attempt actually began. I made a safe state right as the beginning cutscene was ending, so I can just immediately load there when I started an attempt. This first part was very difficult for me personally because I am very bad at back kicking. So I failed at this waterfall section a lot. That this happened to be one of the best times doing it. It was very clean. I didn't have to do that much back kicking. I got great angles. Sometimes I barely made it. Sometimes I had to wall kick off the side of the castle and then move back and grip onto it. It was a mess. Okay, and the reason I couldn't go up the other side is you saw the three blocks there, so you push them, get the red coin. Because the only way to get inside the castle in this hack is to get the red coin star. And this wouldn't have been much of a problem if the shell, if there wasn't a shell. I hate the shell because if you there's only one shell and you break the shell, you're gonna have to start all the way over. And you know how annoying that was for me, and upsetting for me, because every time I messed up, that means I have to redo the waterfall portion again, and I can't go up the good way on the other side of the castle like everyone does. Um, just get on top of the castle early. So although those first four red coins were really easy. Red coin number two under the big bridge, by the way, is possible to get without the shell. I have done it before. I'm not sure about the one under the little bridge. I've tried it. I wasn't able to do it, so that's that. Is there anything else I wanted to say before while like this is going on? The castle, right on top of the castle. In a second, I'll comment on. This jump was so hard to make, and so was like this whole next part with the shell, i.e., the last part of with the shell, because the castle's geometry really isn't made to be climbed and ridden on by a shell. Like, making that jump was incredibly hard to do because there's not a single place where you can really jump. And by the way, there's a red coin right under that chuckya. If you do it the way I did it, you're in the range of it. But even if you miss it, not a big deal. You're gonna have to come back there eventually. This triple jump, I messed up several times. Usually, I like most of my mess ups on it. I didn't even get the triple jump. I kind of just fell at the edge of that block. Twice I overshot it, and I didn't undershoot it any times. So this next part was actually kind of complicated. Right here, forward, backwards, forward, 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 coin get. And I was actually like moving my arm in the air every single time. That's kind of funny if you were watching me, like actually me. But anyway, the reason why that was difficult was because I thought, like, I didn't know it was possible to get that good of a long jump that you can just long jump straight across when I was first practicing. I thought you had to like grip onto each block and quickly do a forward, backward, forward long jump to grip onto the next one. Turns out that wasn't the case. After I practiced that a lot, I was able to figure out how to do it with pretty good consistency, and I'm lucky that I was able to get it in this run. Like, if he actually did grip on one of the blocks, I could have potentially um salvaged it. Like, I'm proficient at that method too, but I'm definitely not as good at salvaging it if I mess it up. So I was just hoping that I got it, and I did. Okay, so you saw where the last two red coins were. One was under the waterfall, one was in the lake, and this is where I start messing up because I was really nervous. I'm trying to get on top of the castle. This way, normally, or it actually is not that hard. I just actually messed up quite a bit here because, I finally got up there. I got the star, or the star appeared. I was nervous, like, sweaty hands, shaking, and all that. But it's worthy to note that this is actually not the first time I got this save state list. First time was kind of embarrassing to say this, but I was listening to music while getting it, not realizing that music on my computer would actually be recorded as well. So I learned to just play music on my phone or the iPad instead of the computer, so it wouldn't actually be picked up. And luckily, this one turned out perfectly. And it's also worthy to note that because of this next part, I'll mention it right um, when it's a good time to. Getting up here, yeah, it's still very glitchy and all that. But look what happens right here. Like, he was kind of walking in and it's slow. This tower is not meant to be walked on. It really isn't. And see, look, the star appears inside this tower pretty much right where that window is. You see, I'm trying to dive inside. Now, in one of my failed attempts, the most depressing failed attempt of all, the star appeared. I was getting up here, and somehow I fell into the tower, into the Black Room of Death. The outside Black Room of Death, as far as my knowledge, and I tried, is not escapable. Like, so I had to redo the whole thing, and it was so depressing when that happened. But whatever, I was able to get it this time. But yeah, this is like this whole star is very dangerous after once you get on the shell, because if you mess up at all, you're gonna have to redo the whole thing. There's no recovering. Like, you may think that there is at first because you can't really die, but no, there's no recovering at all. And that's the sad thing. It teases you thinking that there's a recovery type of situation. But like I said, this really, it doesn't look that hard, and it probably isn't. And I probably am just bad at the game, but whatever. I finally got the first star of Super Mario 128 by RJ Waters 2. I am now backflipping in victory. That's a good thing. One star. I'm Joshua 600, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.